Hannah, we need your help to expose the truth in Te Kūiti. We are in a sterilisation genocide crisis. The medicine they told us would save our family is going to wipe all of our families out. The last baby being born in New Zealand could be as early as 2031. When we showed Te Kūiti the real statistics of injured and dead by the injections, King Country News blurred out the government's MedSafe statistics. Statistics that have been proven multiple times in court. The King Country News and Maniapoto FM left our kids out here to die. No one would touch New Zealand food, water or medicine if they knew the real statistics. Our local council, politicians, Māori experts and media have become mass murderers, leaving all of us out here to die, exactly like Rory Naan. This is Patrick Hemana, who died from graphene-induced health issues. Patrick had previous health issues from the cancer-causing, petroleum-based, petrol-based salts, fats, sugars and oils at our supermarkets and dairies. Patrick's brother Danon died from a graphene-induced heart attack at work in Te Kūiti because our meatworks still force graphene blue masks and graphene rapid tests on our families. Me and my brothers should be fighting tooth and nail for Patrick and Danon. We grew up with them. Both Patrick and Danon have magnetic nieces and nephews from graphene poisoning. Their nieces and nephews are my kids' cousins. Patrick's childhood neighbour, Ronnie Gray, recently died from graphene too. Patrick, Ronnie, Regan, Darcy, those are all Irish names. The A, E, I or U of Irish, Zulu and Te Reo Māori came from our oppressors and not our ancestors. Our whānau are dying from graphene exactly like Michael Murray, Tami Ngātai, Paula Wanakore, Dahlia David, and over 30% of people tricked into the lie. Our urupa and cemetery have record numbers of new graves. Our council kept schools open to create the most amount of sterilisation in our kids. My friends like Catherine Wickham Manawaite push relief-funded lies about outbreak numbers to scare vulnerable people into taking the poison. Hannah, our country needs to know every outbreak, flu variant, injury or death in the mainstream media is directly linked to the bioweapon injections. There are no flu variants. There is a slow-release domestic bioweapon made from graphene oxide nanotechnology pushed as medicine. Medicine that does not heal but sterilises and kills. There is nothing else happening in our lives more important than stopping the sterilisation of our youth. No matter how good it feels to be a climate expert or cultural expert or health expert, everything we know comes from our oppressors and not our ancestors. No matter what rabbit hole you are fighting in right now, all rabbit holes end in graphene. All our family trees will disappear with graphene, and soon. The harder you fight to be Māori, Scottish or Irish, the faster our families will disappear. Hannah, you have to help our country understand this simple equation. New Zealand made 6 babies a mum in 1960. The government says we make 1.5 babies per New Zealand mum now, and we know our government lies. This means that the last New Zealand babies will be born in 2100, exactly like Bill Gates shows us here. The reality is even worse. We have the same birth rates as China. The bioweapon was designed at North Carolina, America, and mass-produced in Wuhan, China. China received the slow-release domestic bioweapon a few years before us. New Zealand now makes exactly the same amount of babies as China, about 0.41 babies per mum. Less than half a baby each per New Zealand mum in their lifetime. At this current birth rate, the last New Zealand babies will be born in 2031. Zero emissions is 0 people. The climate clock is counting down people. This is also why we have sterilised our livestock with the same domestic graphene bioweapon. They told us we need less children because of the fictitious climate problem. The climate problem is man-made, as you know, Hannah. They spray aluminium to create the record temperatures in New Zealand. They spray sulfur dioxide to create the record rainfall. Sulfur dioxide spraying is noisy. We have seen and heard over 30 poison planes in one day. Aluminium spraying is quiet. Aluminium in our brains creates Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. Sulfur dioxide in our bodies creates kidney pain, fuzzy-headedness, and headaches. Aluminium is in our drinking cans and medicine. Our food is made from synthetic petroleum-based cancer-causing plastics. This is plastic whānau. It's not food. It's poison. Bioweapons that create cancer, heart attacks, and thousands of other health issues that your doctor then gives you a pill that will kill you whānau. Their medicine is the poison whānau. Our shop water is laced with graphene poison. Our town water is laced with synthetic chlorine and fluoride. They're not good for our kids whānau. It's only there to hurt our kids. Just like Keith Aiken, Catherine and Edie are being used to poison their own family out of existence. That is my kids too. Our government council and government Māori trust boards traded land, air and water rights as collateral for the government to receive the domestic bioweapon made from graphene. If you help educate our town on the truth, Hannah, we can at least try and save our combined family trees. We cannot beat the system from within the system. Edie and Catherine tried, and they have made us all look like fucking idiots. Like Keith Aiken trading everything to poison us all to death. That's what he did. We have to get the people who poisoned our kids for relief funding to fight back. We need a new system that totally ignores this current system. Our government council and government Māori trust boards lied to us for relief-funded rewards. With your help, Hannah, they can tell the truth. Our media and entertainers are once again being rewarded. Rewarded for being ungifted, talentless, child-abusing retards. Māori are not from the South Pacific whānau. The Kingitanga is a government organisation that has always worked against Māori. Māori arrived in New Zealand on slave ships from Mauritania and Peru, not the South Pacific. Slave ships owned by King James and the current royal family. Irish were bought and sold on Jamaican slave colonies exactly like Māori and African. The new world that we live in today was possible by draining swamps in Los Angeles, New York and Te Kūiti and starting new towns and cities. That is why the towns and marae that supported the poisoning of our kids all have the same obelisks and symbols. These symbols of Māori and Scottish both come from Oxford University. Our cultures were given to us by our oppressors and not our ancestors. Our languages, religions and spiritual beliefs were given to us purposely to fail us and harm us. All our family trees will disappear while our government, councils and government Māori experts all push lies that help our oppressors and not our kids. My Māori kids are not from the South Pacific. They did not arrive here on twin-hulled canoe as free people. The Tainui Waka was a slave ship called Jesus, owned by the same people who still own us today. The lie of Māoridom has led to all of New Zealand being poisoned. With your help, Hannah, our town's Māori experts can tell the truth. All our family trees disappear with graphene. Daniel Ormsby, Tom Roa, Corey Stevens and all Māori experts need to know all family trees disappear with graphene. Māori as a culture is only as old as 150 years in New Zealand. There has been whaling in the South Pacific and New Zealand for over 6,000 years. Not a single word we speak comes from our ancestors. That is why Zulu, Te Reo Māori and Irish all share the same vowels that this white man gave us because we all had the same owners. All of our family trees need you, Hannah, to go to Te Kūiti and educate the people who took the money and awards to poison our children. It is not fair that, like a lot of my friends and family, people have been misinformed and heavily rewarded for poisoning our kids, like Whata Wanakori and Keith Aiken and our mayor. It is not fair that our friends and family think they are supporting our kids by pushing Māoridom, but are only leading to our kids' sterilisation and extinction. The harder we push our cultures, like Māori, Irish and Scottish, the faster our families will disappear. Our families can understand that everything in our supermarkets, water, air and medicine is there to shorten our life expectancy. With your help, Hannah, our kids' combined whakapapa can start a new system. A system that does not pay our friends and family heavily to poison our kids and feel good about themselves. Like Tiki and Ara and our insidious relief-funded child-abusing music and entertainment industries. Please, Hannah, invite all your friends and colleagues and even enemies to come to Te Kūiti and educate our kids, families, on the truth, not educate the investors on which poisons kill us fastest. Councils are being joined together until they will eventually be part of the government. Waitomo joins Otorohanga, then they will join Waikato, Auckland, then the whole system will be run by a single supercomputer. The government is paid by foreign investors to steal from us and poison us. If we cannot supply real oxygen, water, food, medicine and land, then we are our children's murderers. Our country, through the illusion of indigenous and ruling classes, has poisoned all of us to early death from graphene. We will run out of children very soon. The nanotechnology in us will eventually lead to all of us being controlled by a supercomputer. We forced our kids into sterilization, surveillance, and mind-controlling slavery. Our kids will not have the ability to reproduce or even think for themselves. And then by around 2100 or before, there will be none of us left. Please, Hannah, help us get the people who poisoned us to death to fight back. And nothing else is more important than doing this.